In this video, I'm going to talk about why you should start flipping cars even if you've never worked on a car in your life. Because in the last 6 years, it's been my full-time business, sometimes making up to $30,000 a month. So let's get into it. Car flipping is by far the best business if you're looking for a way to make thousands of dollars every month. So here's 10 reasons why. Reason 1. It's a skill anyone can learn. There's really not that much you need to know to flip your first car, as some of the best flips I've had were cars where all I did was clean them up and do a couple easy repairs, and then I sold them making thousands in a couple days. You can literally start today and in a couple weeks have a few $1,000s in your pocket. When I started, I didn't even know how to change my own oil, but the most important part of flipping cars isn't fixing them. It's being able to spot a good deal. If you can find that, nothing else really matters. When you buy a car for under its value, you could sell it for more. It's that simple. You don't even need to do any work and you can still profit massively. Of course, fixing them will make you even more though. But the easiest flips that make you good money don't involve complex mechanical work. They're usually cosmetic issues like cleaning an interior, polishing, or replacing some simple parts. With YouTube tutorials and basic tools, you can handle 90% of all problems. Reason 2, you can double your money in days, not months. There's not many businesses out there that you can do this with. All you do is put $2,000 into a car and sell it for $4,000 in a week. It's not like you need to spend months to learn before you can start making money. It can happen instantly. Reason 3, you can start with as little as $1,000. Buying a car for $950, spend $50 on minor cosmetic fixes, and you profit $1,000. Now you have $2,000 to buy a car with. In a few months, you'll have $10,000 and be able to flip any car you want. I've bought in cars for under $1,000 and have made $2,000 to $3,000 on them after fixing a little bit of stuff and making it look nice. So can you. Reason 4, you don't have a boss. This means you can work anytime you want. If you decide you want to work for a couple weeks and then take the rest of the month off, you can. If you feel like you don't want to work a day, you could do that. But if you feel like working hard, you can make a killing doing it. This is probably my favorite reason I love flipping cars so much, because I get to decide when I work and how much I make. The cool thing is I'm able to do it completely alone, so I'm able to do what I want when I want. You control everything from your income, your time, your life. Working for your boss doing dumb jobs is boring. It's so much more fun to be working on cars, learning skills that'll help you for a lifetime. Reason 5, other businesses take work to build up and you have to learn before making any money. It could be 2 years into one without any profit. This one, you can start it and profit right away. Reason 6, you're not stuck behind a desk on a computer. You're out meeting people, seeing new cars, making deals, fixing cars, getting paid to do it. Most of the time I'm out in the sun with my shirt off, barefoot, enjoying life while flipping my cars. Every day and deal is different, and every flip makes you smarter and richer. Reason 7, it's simple. You don't need any employees, a storefront, or even a resume to start. Just a phone, some hustle, and willingness to learn. Fixing cars is literally taking bolts off, putting on a new part, and putting the bolts back on. Reason 8, it's never going out of style. While AI is slowly taking over everyone's jobs, it's never going to be able to flip a car. Plus, cars won't magically disappear one day. Everyone's always going to need to buy cars, so you're there to sell them to them. Even if the whole world turns into flying electric cars, they're still going to need to be fixed, and there's going to be room to flip those as well. Reason 9, the market doesn't matter. When the virus came around, bankrupting tons of businesses, flipping cars didn't slow down for a second. Even when car prices go up and down, it doesn't affect how much money you'll be able to make. Let's say the car prices are super cheap one year. That means you can still buy them for cheaper than they're going for and sell them for more. Now let's say prices are super high this year. That means you can buy them for even higher prices and sell them for even higher prices. It really doesn't affect how much you make, no matter what the market does. And you'll hear people saying that there's not many people buying cars anymore and no cars are selling. But when that happens, that means all cars are becoming cheaper, and then you could get them for a better price, and if cars are cheaper, people are gonna buy them. Reason 10, it's scalable. Most businesses have a limit on how much they can make each year. With car flipping, you could start at $5,000 a month, and over time you can make $20,000 to $30,000 a month completely by yourself. And then if you wanna make even more, you can hire people to do the flips for you, and you can hit $100,000 months managing people under you if you work it out right. I'm not there yet, but it's for sure doable, and there's no reason it can't be done. Once you get your first flip done and realize how easy it is to make money in this business, you'll never look at cars the same again. I like to share this story about a guy I taught to flip cars named Chris. He came to me with no knowledge on flipping cars, but he wasn't sure what to do, and his biggest reason he didn't want to flip his first car was because he didn't want to lose money on a bad flip. But after helping him learn to find cars at a good price, he ended up buying a $1,200 Toyota Camry. It needed a good detail, the headlights were faded, and he replaced the broken bumper with one from a junkyard. In total, he spent about $300 to fix it up, and within a week, he made $2,500 profit. That flip made him more money than he's ever made in an entire month. Now he's making $9,000 most months through car flipping. But I know you got some questions, so let me answer the biggest ones I always get asked. Question 1, is this even legal? 100% it is. There's a limit to how many cars you can flip a year depending on your state, but there's many ways you can flip more cars than that. 7 of them to be exact. I have an entire video covering this, but in short, the methods are flipping the legal limit, using your friends and family, title floating, which is illegal, becoming a buyer agent, getting your wholesale or retail license, or using the hybrid model. But you shouldn't even be thinking about this until you flip the legal limit first. Most people don't even do that. Question 2, what kind of cars should I start with? Well, the best type of cars are the ones that make you the most money in the least amount of time. Almost always, that's cars under $5,000 with minimal problems to fix. It's better to flip more cars than spend weeks flipping one for a bit more profit. Question 3, how do I find deals? Well, Facebook and Craigslist are the best places to find cheap cars. Start by just scrolling through listings and get comfortable with what the average car is selling for. Then look for ones that seem like they're cheap. Once you think you found one, confirm it's a deal by looking at what other similar cars are going for. If it's a lower price compared to all the others, it's likely a deal. Now let's walk you through a real flip I did on my main channel. I found this 2014 Mini Cooper with 118,000 miles on Facebook for $3,200. Before messaging the seller, I looked up other similar Mini Coopers and saw they were going for around $5,000. But this one had a major issue, which is the reason it was cheaper. It had a bad transmission, which was kind of a deal breaker for me. At over $3,000, it wasn't worth it. But I decided to still message the seller and go check it out because it was right next to me. After I inspected everything, it was a really nice car, other than the transmission. But since it had a huge problem, I only offered $1,900 for it. He said no, and I didn't really want to pay anymore, so I left. But he called me to come back, and after some back and forth, he ended up taking $1,900 for it. I wasn't even expecting to get it, but I did, all because I decided to try. Then in only a few days and hardly doing any work to it, just a few small fixes and making it look nice, I sold it even with the bad transmission. Because there was a person who was willing to replace the transmission and they saw the value in it. I only profited $1,000, but I spent 5 hours on the entire process. That's $200 an hour, and it was so easy to do. This shows even if you know nothing, you can make good money. Now let's address the most common challenges you might face and how to overcome them. Challenge 1 is negotiation. Most people don't even know they're struggling with this, but they're missing out on a lot of money. Because if you do it right, you're gonna save so much. So when you go to check out a car, the entire time you're inspecting it, act a little disappointed in its condition and point out all the problems to the seller. Then when you're done looking it over, start the negotiation. Ask for a lower price than it was listed for and make them name their price first. Like, don't just throw out an offer out of nowhere. Ask them to lower the price a bit because of all these problems the car has. After that, you can throw out an offer, but try to make yourself uncomfortable with the amount you ask for. You want it to be lower than you'd expect to get the car for. After that, keep going back and forth with them. The more times you do, the more you'll save. It'll probably make you uncomfortable, but it's gonna save you a lot of money. Challenge 2 is ending up with a problem car. This is a car that you buy expecting it to be nice, then after taking it home, you start noticing all these problems you didn't notice when you were inspecting it. This happens to everyone eventually, so you should expect it to happen to you. And knowing it might help since you can make sure to be extra thorough during the inspection. A lot of times there's just bad people out there. They're hiding problems with the car to sell it and make it seem like it's better than it really is so they can get more money out of you. The solution is to always assume they're lying and just look at the car for what it is in front of you. And expect there to be a surprise, so pay $300 to $500 less when buying cars. But the only thing you could do now is fix it and learn from it. That's what flipping's all about. You learn from your mistakes and try not to make them again. Challenge 3 is not knowing how to fix cars. But this really isn't a challenge because it's good to learn with flip cars. I recommend you start out slow and start by fixing small problems like cosmetic work, cleaning, detailing, and then slowly move up to minor repairs and get harder ones as you go. You'd be amazed at how many profitable flips require nothing more than a thorough cleaning and basic fixes anyone can do. Then as you get better at that, slowly buy ones that seem to be a bit harder to fix, and you'll be able to expand your skills. Challenge 4 is having a car that won't sell. The only reasons your car won't sell is because your listing is bad or you listed it for too high of a price. So make sure your listing has nice pictures and a good description and lower the price a little bit. If it still won't sell, it's not cheap enough and means you probably bought the car a little too expensive. But if you buy deals, you won't ever have a problem making a profit on them. Also remember, it's better to make a quick $500 than a slow 1,000. I'd so much rather move on to the next deal than stay on one trying to squeeze every dollar out of it. So where do you go from here? Let me give you 3 simple steps to get you started right now. Step 1, start searching today. Open Facebook Marketplace and look for potential deals. Don't even feel like you need to buy anything yet, just spend 30 minutes searching and getting comfortable with your market and prices. Step 2, get your basic tools ready. Grab an OBD2 scanner and a basic tool set so you're prepared when you find your first flip. Step 3, buy a car. For your first flip, your goal is to learn, not earn. You don't really need to find the best deal, you just need to go through the process of flipping your first car. It'll help you learn how the process works. After buying and selling it, you can then try to make the real profits. Now here's where most people mess up. They overthink everything and never take action. Don't let that be you. The knowledge you need is simple, and you'll learn more from your first flip than anything else. And I truly want you to start. Just flip one car, then you'll want to keep going. So I'm going to do this for you. Every car you should have a Carfax for, as it shows you the problems with it and you don't want to get scammed. You'd normally have to buy them for $45, but if you want a free Carfax, click the link in the description and I'll literally send you one for free. Or you could go to the Carfax website and pay $45, but I'm not sure why you'd do that if you can literally have a free one. Either way, make sure you get one. But if you want to learn how to start fixing cars, check out this video where I tell you exactly how to learn to fix cars without worrying about all the problems. By the end of it, you'll be confident fixing cars. As always, I'm wishing you a lucky day.